Hey everyone, thanks for joining the Gimme Golf podcast. I'm your host, Meredith Kirk, and I have the lovely Alexandra O'Loughlin at TPC Myrtle Beach with me right now. Yes, it's for real. She is in our studios right now, and we are so honored to have her here.
Yay!
Welcome to the show.
And someone who can pronounce my last name correctly. Well done.
Thank you. I practiced for about 30 minutes.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. Is it? Now, what is the ancestry behind your name?
So, actually, interesting because I was just in Lahinch for the Irish Open, and that's where my family originated from, right there in County Clare. So, it was cool to go to an event, cover it, and then get personal history from where I was.
That is amazing.
It was really cool. I had Connor Moore who does the impressions.
He is hilarious, and I've seen y'all together. I told you this when I saw you today. I love following you. You are a class act. You represent the Golf Channel very well, and so I love those qualities about you, and that's why I follow you.
Aww.
But I do see you and Connor together. He is a hoot, and I don't think I've ever seen someone that can do as many impersonations as he can.
He's so talented, and he helped me find all that information. So it was good to be in Ireland, his home area with him. So that was great.
Now, is he funny just to hang out with as a friend? Does he just crack you up?
He cracks me up, but he's also just a good person, and
right.
you know he's got your back. One of those friends you can just count on. So,
yeah. And I'm sure you've met so many friends around the world. I want to talk a little bit about all your travel adventures because I live vicariously through you. When I'm here in Myrtle Beach, I'm like,
we've been following each other for a long time now. So,
and I'm like, that's amazing. What an experience. So, some of the questions I have for you. Out of all the places that you have traveled with the Golf Channel, what have been, the few places that just stand out to you, just beauty-wise, not golf course-wise?
I mean, I am a straight-up just golf lover. So I'll never forget the first time I flew into Scotland and made the drive to St. Andrews and just pulling up with the light shining down, and you see the Old Course Hotel, the R&A. It was just such a special moment for me, and
it gives me chills.
It does, and when I think about it, it does. And for me, that was the most beautiful thing that I could have ever witnessed, and that was my first might have been my first trip abroad with Golf Channel. So
wow, what an experience!
Yeah, and that was a great kickoff to me working with NBC.
That is very cool. Have you ever had an experience traveling where you end up in just kind of a strange place, and you're like, okay, this is different. I'm sure in your travel experiences, you probably have so many war stories as well traveling.
You know what? You learn from them, and now I am very diligent with booking travel, having backup plans, being flexible.
Sure.
And I've sort of just become a travel agent. I've become really good at it, and managing my own schedule is tough, but you figure it out because you have to.
How often do you get a chance to go home to Colorado?
I've started seeing my family a lot more. Just life is so precious, and I want to make sure I'm, making the most of my time with my parents and my grandparents. So I'll go home as much as I can, and usually it works out in between trips or tournaments. If I'm going to Arizona, it makes sense. So
to swing by, absolutely.
Exactly. Hey, Mom, pick me up from the airport.
I bet your parents must be so proud of you. If you were my daughter, I'd be like, yeah, that's my girl. Look at her achieving so much. And again, such a great example for the sport. I mean, you really are a golf influencer. And I noticed that you do cover a lot of tournaments, and you get the opportunity to meet so many players, and especially our female players. So maybe tell me one player that you really like, or maybe there was an interview you did with the player that really stood out to you.
Well, it's hard to choose just one, actually, but my first year at Golf Channel, I did start covering LPGA so heavily, obviously because I love the LPGA and just golf in general, but Pernilla Lindbergh was the first person that I think I really became friends with on the LPGA. She lives in my building in Florida, and so she kind of took me under her wing, and it was nice to be able to maybe lean on her if I wanted to know something about what it's like being a tour player, and I just think the way she handles herself is so well, and she won A&A Inspiration. She's a major winner now. So I'm proud of her.
Right. Oh, wow, that's an amazing experience. So when it comes to tournaments that you're covering this year, do you have any plans, anything going on that you'll be going to or covering? Like, what's your future looking like?
It changes every day, but there's definitely things I look forward to. The Open, which will be at Royal St. George's in Sandwich, England. And
it's going to be amazing.
I played in this event down at Royal St. George's. It was actually the 3 courses in that area: Prince's, Royal St. George's, and Cinque Ports. And I was the first woman to do it, and it's called the Hagenhoof, and it's because Walter Hagen, back in the day, had gone and played all 3 courses in one day. So that's what I did. I played all 3 courses in one day. You wake up really early, and you've got a beautiful roast lunch after your first round.
That's amazing.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a lot of eating and a lot of golf.
Right. Oh my gosh, I love that.
3 in one day.
3 in one day.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds really good, actually. That would be a great golf experience.
It was.
Now, when it comes to your golf game, when I see you post the videos and I'm looking at your swing, I'm like, oh my gosh, she has like a perfect swing. When did you get into golf?
I got into golf my freshman year of high school, just before I started, and it was something where I love sports, and I played basketball and soccer, got shin splints, so I knew there probably wasn't going to be a lot of longevity, and I looked at golf, a sport my dad played, and I had maybe dabbled around with here and there, and I saw that there was an opportunity for female scholarships, for college, and I think I just set my mind to it and then did it. So
that's awesome. So did you, like, when it came to collegiate golf, did you play collegiate golf?
I played collegiate golf, and I played at Lewis University, which is just outside Chicago in Romeoville.
I love Chicago, by the way.
I love it. I lived in the city after school,
and that's my favorite city. I love it better than New York City.
I think it's one of the best cities in the world.
It is. I was just there actually this time last year, and it was the first time I'd ever been to Chicago. And I was there for like 5 days. And you hear stuff in the news. It's funny. You just hear these things in the news like, oh, Chicago, it could be a little sketchy. No, it's not. It's a beautiful city. It's a safe city. The best food, the nicest people.
And there is incredible golf around Chicago, too. So it has it all, except the winter.
Right, yeah, the winters are cold. Yeah, I was actually there after the vortex. That's a whole other thing. But it's okay. It did not prevent me from hitting up everything. I didn't care. I just put on my layers. That's awesome. So you had a good college experience then.
I loved playing college golf. I thought it was difficult playing 36 holes for multiple days in a row in the cold. That was definitely hard for me. I would get in the shower after and my toes would be blue. And so it's not easy what these college golfers do. And more than anything, I just have so much respect for college athletes in general, especially the golfers and the ones that are in Myrtle Beach playing in the Dustin Johnson World Junior. So I really got that out of the experience, and I think it helps me so much in my job now.
Oh, absolutely. Just the dedication, the daily grind of it. I mean, it really builds your character as a person and just gives you life skills. And I've always thought that about golf, like with my students. It builds life skills. Just the etiquette. It makes you become more thoughtful about other people and just having general awareness of things. Now, this is going to be a silly question, but because you're so beautiful, were there girls jealous? Did girls ever get jealous of you playing with sports? Or did you not?
I definitely try to just make everyone so comfortable, and I am such a goofball. So I get along with everybody, and maybe that's the case, but there hasn't been someone that I haven't, felt comfortable around or hope that they didn't feel comfortable around me. So it never came into anything. If there was a golfer that was better than me, who was a female, I would look to them as maybe someone I would want to beat, which is, you want that kind of drive in golf, and vice versa. So it might not even be about looks, but do they have a better golf swing than me? Exactly. I get more jealous over people's golf swings
than Instagram.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, what? Her swing looks like Adam Scott.
I'm like, wow, that's where I want to be at the top.
Exactly. No, that's really cool. All right, so I noticed on your Instagram this morning, today is the first time you've ever been to Myrtle Beach. Is that right?
My first time, and I love that I'm still having these sort of first experiences in golf. There's just so much to see in the golf world, so it's great to be here.
Right, and we have over 80 courses here. We are the golf capital of the world. And you know, Nate, I forgot to tell you this. I found out last night that not only are we the golf capital of the world here in Myrtle Beach, but we are the mini golf capital of the world. We have more miniature golf courses per square foot. So while you're here, Alex,
there's one outside my hotel, so it won't be much of a walk.
And it's like they're everywhere. They're like Waffle Houses.
You spoke to Davis Love at Monday after the Masters, and he alluded to that because you had asked him where he's going to play.
Oh,
He said,
he did.
Putt, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did say
Well,
that.
there is a mini golf right across the street from the Waffle House, which are both across the street from my hotel, so it is perfect.
Yeah, well, it's great that you're here at TPC Myrtle Beach. This is one of our more premium courses, so you really are getting a taste of, higher quality course here in Myrtle Beach. I can say that. I love this course. It's very challenging for my game. One thing I love about it is the fast greens. Now, I know you've been out there watching the most elite golfers around the world, almost 100 of them out there grinding it out for the title, the Dustin Johnson World Junior Championship title. What are some things you noticed about the course?
I mean, something that I love is the trees. You're seeing holes that are tree lined, and for me, I don't get that all the time. So, I mean, I obviously want to get out there and go play now, but I like getting up to the tee box. I know I hit it in the fairway off the tee. I'm very straight off the tee. So, those are courses that I think I maybe have an advantage at if I'm playing a little match against a pal. So, I love seeing courses like this.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you here. I was excited that I saw you here, and I'm so thankful that you took the time with us to come on the Gimme Golf podcast. Now, if somebody wants to follow you, I know you have an Instagram. What is your handle?
Yep, so you can follow me at O'LaughlinGC, or through Meredith. She also follows me, so.
Yes, but you need to follow Alex. You do a great job for the Golf Channel. She's everywhere, just someone you want to know and follow. So, again, thanks for your time today coming on the show. Folks, thanks for listening, and we look forward to being with you guys next week.